Welcome to your reset with Christiane Piano, where the purpose is to support you in releasing all that you are not, so the truth of who you really are can emerge. This is accomplished through working with the body-mind from an ontological perspective. We use various modalities to support you in supporting yourself exactly where you are, so that you may return to an experience of wholeness and ease, moment by moment. Deep reflection is one of the greatest tools through which to do this. To take a moment, to pause, assess, reflect, and literally and figuratively reset, come back to center, and move back into your one and precious life with increased clarity and purpose. Hello and welcome back to our journey into the unimaginable. I'm Christiane Piano, and it's been a couple of weeks since we began this exploration. And whether this is your first time tuning in, or if you've already had a chance to reflect on our previous conversations, something may already be unfolding for you. Perhaps you've noticed subtle shifts taking place, or experience flashes of insight that offer new perspectives. You might even find invitations for courageous conversation surfacing. Or perhaps you've begun to fine-tune your listening and engage with your body-mind in new, more intimate ways. If this is your first time with me, for the richest experience, I highly recommend beginning with Part 1 and Part 2. As they lay the essential groundwork for what we'll be diving into today. In Part 1, we focused on getting clear on our values, our inner compass that is inherently present moment focused. This clarity supports our decisions and actions or non-actions that ensue, ensuring that they are infused with more awareness. This helps us in being open to the unknown of unknowns, even when it feels uncomfortable. Then in Part 2, we delved into creating inner space by gently emptying out what no longer serves us. The first step in the simple 3-part process I invited you to explore. This often overlooked but essential process is where spaciousness begins to emerge. Now we transition. Today we move into the direct, experiential realm of embodied presence. In essence, embodied presence is about recognizing that your body is a vital source of information and wisdom, and learning to live more fully in the present moment through mindful awareness of your physical and emotional experience. This shift is crucial because as we inevitably outgrow old forms, whether it's our roles, identities, or even certain relationships, the inner space we've cultivated empowers us to simply recognize and allow this natural evolution. For many of you who have already begun to engage in that initial process, you've already started this journey of embodiment. It's in this spacious, present state that we become open to the unimaginable and deeply aware of its emergence. I'm curious what has been unfolding for you as you've begun to explore these practices. Have you taken the next step after listening to the episodes, considering action steps in engaging with the practices and reflections, or is it remaining simply interesting information? Many of you reach out to me with what resonates, and some of you then choose to engage with the services I offer, which open up a whole new realm of opportunities. No matter where you are in your own growth process, I hope you're willing to begin to engage on some level, no matter how small. Baby steps are often underrated, But each day a little step forward, a flash of insight, or a release of attention in your body-mind can have incredible added value, far more than most of us realize. The challenge in taking the steps to engage is that it often feels like we just don't have the space, energy, or time. Despite these common challenges, prioritizing your well-being and going beyond surface level is a courageous act, which I hear more and more of you are doing. And this brings me such joy. I applaud you wherever you are, even if it's simply beginning to engage in reflections in your own life. To deepen this engagement and experience the transformative power of embodied presence, it's essential to first understand the landscape we're navigating. As we explore the profound nature of embodied presence, it's also vital to understand its antithesis, what author Will Johnson, in his insightful work on embodiment, calls the disembodied state. This disembodied state is a primary symptom of a deeper disconnection within our body-mind. What passes as normal in the world at large, Johnson asserts, is precisely this disembodied state, so common, in fact, that many of us have forgotten there's another way to experience ourselves and the world. He identifies two primary characteristics that define this state. First, there's a significant absence of actual felt awareness of our body. It's as if our physical self becomes largely unnoticed, a mere background hum we've tuned out. The second characteristic is the overwhelming, involuntary internal monologue of the mind. This inner voice, as you might recognize, often provides a running commentary on our lives. It leans towards judgments and criticisms of self and others, hopes, fears, desires, and aversions. Its speculations are almost entirely about the past and the future. When the mind is predominantly stuck in the past, we often experience depression. When it's fixated on the future, anxiety tends to arise. Building on this, as Johnson notes, when our minds are consumed by these fantasies of past and future time, we are literally not present. This forfeiture of any real sense of presence is a main feature of the disembodied state. Lost in our thoughts, we are often unaware that we are even having them, causing them to be believed as undeniable truths rather than fleeting mental events. This is why a thought only holds power if we believe it. When we're not present, our thoughts take over, and our awareness of our body's sensations fades, and even our perception of sounds and sights becomes diminished. Within this condition, our sense of self often becomes solely identified with this internal speaker, which severely limits our full potential as human beings. It's here that we often unknowingly confine ourselves to living within the imaginable, blocking the unimaginable from entering our lives and limiting the expansive potential available to all of us. We settle for a diminished awareness of our physical self and only the most superficial dimensions of our mind, and consequentially, a limited expression of our lives as a whole. Fortunately, the relationship between the body and mind that so typifies this disembodied state can be powerfully reversed, initiating the path toward increased presence and deeper consciousness, the very path we're walking together. So, what does embodied presence truly look like in our daily lives? At its heart, it's about bringing your full, integrated awareness into the here and now, listening deeply to the profound intelligence of your body. It's the practice of paying attention to every physical sensation, every nuance of emotion, and the subtle cues from your environment, all without judgment. This journey invites us to fine-tune our interoception, which is your ability to tune into your internal bodily signals like your breath, your heart rate, or where tension might reside. When we do this, we begin to recognize that our body isn't just a vessel for our thoughts. It's an active, wise participant in every experience. This deep connection fosters a profound sense of embodied self-acceptance, allowing us to live in alignment with our actual physical and emotional reality, rather than attempting to suppress or avoid what's unfolding within us. The impact of cultivating this embodied presence is powerful and far-reaching. You'll likely experience increased self-awareness, gaining a deeper understanding of your own physical and emotional responses, which in turn leads to greater self-knowledge and a clearer picture of your inner landscape. This means you also become more acutely aware of repeating patterns in your life, those recurring thoughts, behaviors, or reactions that might keep you feeling stuck. Beyond this deepened self-awareness, this very present naturally enhances your relationships, not only by deepening connection and improving communication, but also by making you more aware of what you are bringing to the relationship, including how your repeating patterns from the past, lived experiences, might be filtering your current interactions. It powerfully supports improved emotional regulation, giving you a more skillful way to navigate strong feelings without getting overwhelmed. For many, it's a vital tool for stress reduction, helping to quiet the mind and ease anxiety by anchoring you firmly in the present moment. Ultimately, living in a more embodied way fosters a profound sense of well-being, rooting you in groundedness and vitality, even amidst life's uncertainties. So, with this understanding of the powerful impact of embodied presence and its many gifts, the natural next question is, what does a deeper experience of this state actually entail? Let's explore the transformative journey into deep embodiment itself. This cultivation of deeper embodiment leads to a profound depth of presence where the unimaginable reveals itself. With enough stillness, silence, and spaciousness, the unimaginable not only becomes clear, but we become keenly aware of its arrival. This spaciousness allows us to loosen the grip of the mind and release the need for predetermined outcomes. It's incredible when we allow for a release, a natural emptying out of the knots, stuckness, tensions. The beauty of the unimaginable can gift us what is naturally next, something we never could have conceived because it springs from the unknown of unknowns. This very process of letting go and opening to the unimaginable is activated by consciously releasing the grip not only in the mind, but also in the body, inviting a return to your natural flow state. This deep release is precisely what it means to literally drop into the body. It's a profound journey inward, into silence, where the incessant monologue of the mind quiets, into stillness, where the body's tensions unwind, and into a sense of spacious nothingness, where new possibilities can emerge. This powerful shift, supported by mindfully choosing and engaging in practices that foster a return to presence, allows for a return to wholeness within our body-mind. The relationship between the body and mind that defines the disembodied state can be powerfully reversed. To initiate this, we begin by kindling an awareness of the tactile sensations of the body. Simply by turning our attention to the body and observing its sensational presence exactly as it is in this moment. By broadening your focus, you can expand your field of awareness to include the body's intrinsic presence and all that it communicates from within, thereby moving from a numbed place towards a much more vibrant space as blockages release and you experience a renewed sense of flow. Within this condition of deeper embodiment, the mind undergoes an equivalent transformation. Awareness of the body's presence firmly lodges us completely within the present moment. Since the sensations of the body are so evanescent, changing and flickering at such rapid speeds, the only time we can have any real awareness of them is right now. The internal monologue of the mind, tied up in ruminations about the past and the future, cannot coexist with this present moment bodily awareness. By shifting your focus and kindling an awareness of your bodily sensations, you effectively quiet the mind's ability to indulge in those past and future fantasies. At times, this may even manifest as the monologue completely shutting itself off. As this superficial dimension of mind dissolves away, much deeper levels of consciousness and being are free to come to the surface of awareness, much like a layer of clouds dissolving to reveal the deep expanse of the sky and the warmth of the sun. This deeper dimension of the mind, naturally revealed by the embodied state, feels incredibly open, spacious, wholesome, and natural. Embracing this newly accessed inner spaciousness, we can then fully appreciate that simply becoming aware is the vital first step. It's the pivotal moment when you begin to see what's happening. Once you consistently become aware of these repeating patterns, those behaviors, reactions, or ways of thinking that no longer serve you, and you reach a significant point of readiness for change, that's when you can make a powerful choice. This choice is to engage in a deeper process to get to the root of these patterns. This is precisely what I offer in my body-mind maturation work. Within this body of work, embodied presence brings other transformative impacts to our experience. One such powerful impact is the cultivation of tenderness. To wholeheartedly embrace tenderness, it will require us to consciously choose to soften our physical and energetic defenses. This is a deliberate counter to our deeply ingrained instinct for hardening and protection when faced with challenge or uncertainty. As we've discussed in our previous conversations, and if you're curious to dive deeper, my episode entitled Reflections on Tenderness explores this dynamic further. This act of softening is essential because if we don't let go of our protective grip, the necessary inner space won't be created. And without that expansive space, there is no room for the unimaginable to emerge and transform our lives. It's in this expansive space, created by our willingness to soften and release our grip, that we begin to access a profound wisdom. Here, tenderness emerges as a crucial guide. As we've touched upon previously, the body is indeed a source of immense wisdom, and it's worth reiterating this point, as its inherent intelligence is critical in helping the mind to do its healing work. By tuning into the signals from our body and treating it as having its own wisdom, we maximize our healing potential. Think about tenderness amidst challenge. Our brain and its protective role often tenses the body when we hurt emotionally or physically. It gets ready to fight, even if an external enemy cannot be identified. This is why a mother instinctively comforts, rocks, and sings to her hurt child, saying, "It's okay. You're okay." This act of tenderness helps to override the brain's battle orientation. All suffering is increased by physical tension, so one of the most effective things you can do when you are emotionally or physically suffering is to take a deep breath, lower your shoulders, and sigh out loud as you exhale. This allows for the release of pent-up energies, old undigested experiences, and physical tension, just to name a few, which significantly reduces the pain exacerbated by their constriction. Beyond this act of release, there's a deeper principle at play in how we respond to suffering. The brain's reaction to distress is often to fight, but what is needed is to love. We see discomfort and pain in many medical settings, yet often lack intensive caring and tender loving. Gentle physical contact, while vitally important, can be inadvertently limited by the very nature of institutional environments. Adults, just like children, need touching, holding, rocking, singing, and tender comfort when they hurt emotionally or physically. When we suffer, we need to give as well as receive such tender love. There is so much talk in integrative medicine about the power of human touch, and research fully supports its very real power in reducing pain, promoting healing, and fostering genuine care. Polynesians, for instance, teach that we must keep giving tender physical comfort to others, even when we are in distress ourselves. To heal, we must not only be the touchee, but the toucher. This is the profound healing power of gentle tenderness. A kahuna, a Hawaiian spiritual teacher, summed it up by saying, "When you are dealing with pain, loss, and suffering, you must remember 5 things. Be patient, for this too shall pass. Stay connected, for relationships must be strong to make the passing possible. Be pleasant through your pain, for that will bring you to the pleasure you need to heal and give healing to others. Silence your selfish self-pity and avoid self-blame. You are only doing what we all must do. Most of all, keep giving your pleasure. Don't use your suffering. Share it by opening up to others, teaching them what you are learning from your pain, and holding and comforting them to let them know that they too will be safe when it comes their turn." Beyond these invaluable insights, there are many accessible ways to cultivate embodied presence in your daily life. For instance, mindful movement. Practices like yoga, tai chi, or even gentle stretching can help you intentionally connect with your body's movements and sensations. You might also explore body scan awareness, systematically bringing your attention to different parts of your body, noticing whatever sensations are present without judgment. Another powerful approach is sensory engagement, where you actively focus on your senses. What you see, hear, smell, taste, and feel through touch is a powerful way to anchor your awareness firmly in the present moment. Of course, conscious breathing is a fundamental pathway to presence. Simply paying attention to the sensation of your breath as it enters and leaves your body can be a profound pathway to presence. And don't underestimate the power of time and nature, as connecting with the natural world through your senses can deeply ground you and foster a profound sense of the here and now. For those ready to deepen this journey even further, I invite you to explore the resources available through my Your Reset Body Mind Wellbeing Resource Center, where you'll find video-on-demand content which offers all of the above through various modalities, from the comfort of your own home or wherever you may find yourself, as well as the time you have available. I also periodically offer a dedicated body-mind series where we come together and work as individuals and a group, focusing on a particular theme. And last but not least, there is the opportunity for one-to-one consultations and private sessions to guide you personally in cultivating these transformative practices curated specifically to your needs. Remember, this journey into allowing the unimaginable to reveal itself in your life isn't just theoretical. It's activated through consistent engagement with these practices, and support can make all the difference. The beautiful thing about consistency is that it's not about the amount of time you dedicate each day, but simply about showing up. Don't get hung up on worrying about how much time you have. Instead, cultivate mini pockets of engagement dispersed throughout your day. Even scheduling these in can help immensely in the beginning. Ultimately, with daily engagement, these practices can naturally weave themselves into the fabric of your life, much like brushing your teeth becomes a non-negotiable part of your morning routine. Whether you choose to explore these pathways on your own or delve deeper with the resources and guidances I offer, every step you take towards embodied presence will gradually open you further to the unimaginable. This 3-part journey has been about opening to the profound potential within you. It's about remembering that the truly unimaginable, that innate flow and wisdom, is always waiting for you. It's about taking those courageous steps to quiet the mind, drop into your body, and allow what's naturally next to reveal itself. I encourage you to keep exploring, keep listening, and keep showing up for the beautiful unfolding of your life. I do hope you found this episode supportive. Feel free to share it with anyone to whom you think it may provide some support. And don't forget to subscribe so you can stay in tune with what's coming next. Thank you for joining me today, and until next time. If you are interested in working with me on any level of body-mind well-being, whether it be through individual body-mind maturation work sessions, perhaps participating in a series, individual privates, or through my video on-demand services, if you have questions, if you would like to engage on any level, feel free to schedule a free 15-minute consult in the appointment section, www.christianepiano.com, or email me directly at growth@christianepiano.com.